Hi. So welcome to WikiTiki. So we are going to talk about Python interview questions and answers. So this is going to be real interesting. Like I'm going to talk about like what are the frequent questions asked in the interview related to Python. So my name is Venkat. I'm a Microsoft Most Valuable Professional Award winner. So I'm a typical specialist in cloud computing and also in Python and machine learning languages. So I'm a software trainer, and apart from that, like I'm a job consultant. I'm guiding the students and professionals to get jobs. So let's move on. So this is the question number 1. So what is the command to debug a Python program? So considering I got a program, I want to debug the program. So what is the command used in debugging the programs in Python? So the command is, so for debugging we will be using like a Python debugger. So this is the command. So Python -m Python debugger, and what is the program you can provide? So this one will try to debug a program. So I'm writing a program here. X is equal to 5, y is equal to apple, print x and print y. So I'm going to run this program. So Python -m pdb program 1.py, the program name is program1.py. automatically you are able to get it. So if you click n, automatically, so in n it will try to execute the next one. So this is how it will execute. So Python debugger is the functionality used. So I'm going to write the program once again. So the program is there. The program name is program1.py. So 4 lines are there. So I'm going to execute the code Python -m pdb. So x is equal to 5. Next line, y is equal to apple. The next line, I'm trying to get it like print of x is the next line, and the next one is print of y and coming out. Okay, this is how you'll be debugging the program to see where the exact error is. So for the freshers or people like don't have experience, so debugging is nothing but I got some 10 lines of code where I'm getting an error. So I need to find it. Further we'll be using this debug option. Let's move on. So the next question is like, what are the different ways to create an empty numpy array in Python? So numpy array is nothing but for numerical processing we are using a special library or an extension in Python. They call it as a numpy. So numpy, like you are able to create empty numpy arrays with the 2 different methods. The one is like first import numpy and numpy.array_of. So this is how you can give it, and that's one thing. On the other hand, numpy.empty of shape is equal to 0, 0. So this is the 2 way of creating empty numpy array in Python. On the other hand, like I'm going to talk about what is numpy. Numpy is used for making a lot of scientific computing, 1, and the second thing is like for a lot of numerical processing, 2, and for statistical processing we'll be using numpy as an extension or library which is related to Python. So the one thing is like they got a lot of functionalities like powerful dimensional array objects, n-dimensional, single, multi-dimensional array objects, sophisticated functions. It got a lot of sophisticated functions like broadcasting. It got a lot of tools for integrating C and C++ and Fortran code. So it got a lot of tools and useful linear algebras library, Fourier transform and random number capabilities. So there are lots of functionalities available in NumPy. That's why like we are using NumPy for a lot of scientific computing. So let's move on to the third question. So how you are going to copy the objects in Python? So obviously I guess this copy method should be there, right? So let's see like what is a method or what is a functionality. So before going ahead about the copy, we got 2 different types of copy. The one is like a shallow, the other one is a deep copy. So you got a shallow clone and a deep clone. Shallow clone is like you got an object which is accessing a address, and if I got a shallow, the additional object is created accessing the same address. So one guy will be there, 2 guys are accessing one address. Okay, over here a deep copy is in the sense it will replicate. It will have a duplicate and it will have like this. You are able to see the contents are there which is having shallow copy, that both the people are accessing the same. But over here you got a separate copy for each person. Each object will have the separate copy. They call it as a deep, and every object will have, all the objects will have the same copy. That's your shallow. So let's move on to, so I am showing the same picture. So you are able to see 2 objects are accessing the same. Over here you got separate here. Okay, so just check it out. Okay, let's move on to the simple problem. Like I'm going to copy the things and I'm going to show you how it works. I got a list apples, banana, grapes, which is coming under fruits. So x is equal to fruits.copy. I'm putting it. Automatically you are able to see from the fruits, it's a list, it's everything, it's a kind of an array list. It's copied into the x object. I'm trying to print that x. Okay, so now X got apples, banana, grapes. The problem is like it's not the duplicate it will have. So X and the fruits will be accessing the same data. Okay, this is how it will be. This is a sample for shallow copy. So put the keyword deep copy, automatically your deep copy will be working out. So I'm going to show the syntax to you. Here is the copy. So copy of method will have a shallow copy, whereas a deep copy will have a duplicate of the contents, and the object will be referencing their individual contents. Okay, this is how it will be. Let's move on to the next question. What are the built-in types available in Python? So you'll be having numbers, characters and everything, strings and everything, right? So what are the built-in data types available? So the built-in data types are two, like I'm classifying into two different areas. The one is like immutable, the other one is immutable. So immutable data types is you can't create a new derived data types from this particular areas. The one is like numbers, strings and tuples. These are all considering as the immutable, and mutable will have lists, dictionaries and sets. Okay, so these are all the inbuilt data types available in Python. Explain the characteristics of Python's object. So now we are entering the class object things. So I got a class, so for that I'm creating an object. What is class and object? Class is nothing but a template or a blueprint. For that I'm creating an object. So object is a real-time entity will be used, which we will be using it. Now we'll go on to a class. So I got a parent class. I think it's an inheritance. I'm trying to do it. I got a class with the two members, and I got a class with the one variable, and I'm going to create an object. C is an object. C is an object for this child class, and you are able to access C.v1, C.v2 and C.v3. So this is how your objects are. So I'm going to talk about these things in the future of this video, but still I'm trying to explain it. I got a parent class. This parent class is inherited by this child class. Parent class got v1 and v2, and child class had only v3. Since the child class will be accessing all this, child class got the property of these two things. So I'm creating an object C is equal to child class, and C got the capability of accessing v1, v2 and v3. Okay, that's the one I'm trying to execute it here. So while executing from parent class, so the child class got an access to the parent class also. This is an object. So I'm talking about this guy, object. An object can be accessing these member variables. Let's move on to the actual characteristics of the Python objects. The objects can be declared like this. The object name is equal to the class name, and you can give the arguments. That's one thing. And second thing is like every object will be having an ID. Okay, so the object can be either mutable or immutable. If the object is not used, automatically it will be destroyed. These are the important points you should specify. One or more variables can be referenced the same object in Python. Okay, so multiple variables can access the same object too. Okay, these are some of the important characteristics you should explain in the interview. Let's move on to the next question. How to overload constructors or methods in Python? This is going to be real interesting now. The reason is what is constructor? You should understand. Once the object is created, automatically it needs to be initialized. They call it as constructor. Considering a child is there, a child is it's born. While the child is born, automatically the child should have head, a body, hands, legs and everything. By default, if an object is created, it's born, automatically what are the things it should be added to that particular object. So they call it as constructor. It's automatically called when the object is created. So it can be given by in Python, which underscore init underscore, which is nothing but your constructor. So this is the first method called, and it's automatically invoked. Okay, let's have a small program to explain how it is worked. Okay, you are able to see I got my class, my data, and you got the initial constructor is there. I got my constructor is here with underscore init underscore and underscore. Self comma string is equal to none and list is equal to none. And I'm trying to initialize a list, self.mylist and self.val. So I got two variables which is initialized in this particular constructor. Now if string is not none, So once if I'm accessing, I'm giving a data, like I'm going to initiate it or invoke or create an object. If I'm passing this guy, if I'm passing this guy will be getting executed. If I'm passing this guy will get executed. Okay, so that's the if condition I'm writing it, and afterwards I'm trying to print it here. Now let's move back here. So I got initialization self comma string equal to none and list equal to none. Two variables initialize. If condition, if string is not none, put it the val. If list is not null, put it in my list. And I'm trying to get the data, I'm trying to print it. Self list and self val. So two methods are there, initialization and get data. I'm trying to run this program. Automatically, like I'm going to C is equal to my data for this particular class. I'm creating an object. I'm creating an object. So I'm creating an object. I'm passing the string. I didn't pass the list. Only the string I'm passing it. Okay, only the string I'm passing it. Once if I try enter, automatically like the object is created. Now C dot get data. This method I'm trying to call it. So I'm trying to call this one. Automatically only the string is available. So once if I press enter, automatically you are able to get the data now. So what is the data? Self list, it's empty. Self list is empty and self value is Venkat. Okay, this is the data I received. So once creating the data, so I'm like once an object is created, automatically this initialization function will work or it will be called, and automatically the entire things which is under this initialization function will start working. Okay, so I created an object, automatically the val function, val data and my list data got some data. So those variables got some data, and accessing this get data method you are able to get your data out. So this is how a constructor will be working. So once I am telling, constructor is nothing but while creating an object, automatically underscore underscore init underscore underscore is a constructor which is called automatically once the object is created. Simple. And what are the things available in this method? It will be accessed. So that's your constructor. Now, so which methods of Python are used to determine the type of instance and inheritance? Maybe is instance or something like that. Let's see like what is the answer. So over here there are two built-in functions that work with inheritance. One is instance, the other one is, so is instance is nothing but whether it's an instance or not, the is subclass. Okay, whether the guy is having a subclass or not, whether considering a parent is there, my child is there, child is a subclass or not. Okay, so these two are like the built-in functions which is used in inheritance. Now let's move on to a sample program like how this instance is working. I got a class A is equal to 5 Venkat and Prabhu. I got two classes. Venkat instance is the object created for Venkat class. Now I'm trying to print like is instance of, is the Venkat instance is related to Venkat or Prabhu? It's Venkat, right? So now I'm trying to do it like oh, I'm too fast now, sorry for that. So let me show you, like I got two classes, Venkat and Prabhu. Now I got Venkat instance created for Venkat and this is for Prabhu. Once if we start running it, so is instance of Venkat instance comma Prabhu, it should be false. I'm trying to enter it false. Now I'm trying to change it as Venkat here. So Venkat's instance is Venkat only. Now the answer should be true. Okay, this is how the program is. So is instance is to get the instance of the method and also like what kind of object it's. Is subclass is for like what kind of subclass is. Okay, this is the two methods which is used in inheritance. You may ask me a question like instead of video, do we have contents? Yes. Just go to this URL wikidigi.com/tutorial/python. You're able to see hundreds of articles here related to only to interview. Just go there and start checking out. Let's move on to the and apart from that, like we got thousands of videos in our YouTube channel. Go to Wikidigi Code. This is our channel. Like lots of videos are there related to Python hacking and interview tips and everything. Watch it out. Now let's move on to the 8th question. What is the index access method called? Okay, this is a bit peculiar, right? So they are going to give you a question and they want an answer for this one. So over here I got test is equal to 1 2 3 4 5 and print of test 1 is to 3. What is the output? What it's explaining? So that's the one I'm trying to explain it to you. You're able to see it here. Test over here. So now I'm trying to change it as 4. 4 like 1 2 3 4 5. Once if I try to execute it 2 3 4, it indicates 2 3 4. So 1 I need the starting as the first index is 1 followed by, so what I am trying to do is like this is the index, startup index, from 0 start it 1, 2, 3 up to 4. So 0th index and I need 4 elements. Okay, so that's the one I am trying to print it. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is the output. Now let me show you how it works. So I am going to show you the output, like how it works. Let's see. Over here I am trying to execute it. I am getting the output here. So let's move on. Let's recheck the output. I want this is 0 index, 1 index, 2 index, 3 index and 4 index. Okay, so this is the one I want. They are looking for, I need 3 element, the first 3 element, and starting with the index 1. Starting with the index 1, I want the up to the 3rd element. So only up to 3, 1, 2, 3, this is discarded. 2 and 3 is getting printed. So I got 2 and 3. Now let's move on to, like, I'm going to change the data to check it out how it works. Now I'll make it as 4 now. Let's see like how it works. Interesting. So over here this one is 0, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, I want the first index, I want the 4 elements. So I want this one is discarded. I got 3, 2, 4. So 2, 3, 4. That's the one answer. Now like I'll recheck it, make it as 0 now. I'll make it as 0 now, 0 to 4. Now how it works. Now let's check it out. Let's see here 0, this is 0th index, this is first index, this is 2 and 3rd index. So automatically from 0 I want the output is 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 elements will get printed. This is how the answer is. Okay, so hope you are understanding the steps. Let's move on to the next question. Explain Python zip function. I got 2 lists and I'm going to merge it, zip it. So for that I will be using the zip functionality. Let's see like how it works. Over here I got a 2 elements, I got 2 list of elements. You are able to see 2 elements are there. I am trying to zip it. You will be getting the data in this format. So in this format. So this is how the zipping will be working. So A1, A2, A3 will be A1, B1, Z1, A2, B2, Z2, Z2. So while unzipping it, you will get this one answer. So over here A, B, C, A, B, C, A comma A. So this is how, while zipping it, the object is zipped. I want to show you like how the content is, because it's in the form of list. So I'm using a list of zip ABC, ABC. You will be getting AA, BB and CC. This is how the zip functionality will be working on. Let's move on to the next question, like a Python's a pass by references versus Python pass by value. So you know the basics of pass by value and pass by reference, right? When the address is passed, it's pass by reference. If you pass the value itself, it's like a pass by value. Over here you are able to see it here. Over here like the memory space is here, pass by value. So the data is passed. Okay. So A and B, so A and B primitive data types. So I'm putting it as B is equal to A. So A is equal to 5, B is equal to A. So 5 is going to put it here. Automatically over here you will be having another data 5 here. Okay. Over here this is pass by value. A and B allocates 2 different memory space and copy the value their own. So this is how the pass by value. Over here if it is pass by references, automatically A and B data objects. So this is the address which got A value. A's address is here. A's value is here, A's address is here. If you put A is equal to B, automatically A and B data types are referencing this particular address. This is how your pass by value and pass by reference will be. So it will make a copy of actual parameters pass by value, passes copy of contents, original variable content do not change. During program execution, value parameter manipulates data in own memory space. Over here address and access original variable contents. Original variable data do change will have returning more than one value and it's really efficient. You may ask me a question like what kind of company we are. So our company Kashiv Infotech, we are providing lots and lots of in-plant training and internships for the students. So for the degree studying students, The completed people, freshers, experienced people, we are providing lots of trainings. You can contact us via the numbers given here, and we are conducting lots of courses related to Python and all other languages with a cheaper costs, and you can contact us at any time. So I'm a typical specialist in training the students and professionals in Python and machine learning and data science too. Okay, this is going to be real interesting. Let's move on to the next question, question 11. So inheritance in Python with an example. So this is a kind of a technical question. So the people will ask you to write a program. So I'm going to show you like a sample program, like how the inheritance is working. Before that, what is inheritance? That is a superclass. From there is a subclass is created. Your father is there for that your child is created. A parent is there for the child is created. You got a superclass. From your superclass, you got, this is called hierarchical inheritance. From one guy, the other guy, from other guy, the other guy. So it's a multi-level inheritance, and you got one superclass, you got subclass. From these two parents, you got another guy. This is called a hybrid inheritance. From two father and mother, I got a child. This is multiple inheritance. So this is how your inheritance types are. Let's move on to our Python inheritance. So as I told, inheritance, a single inheritance is one area, like a one father for that only one child, and multi-level grandfather, father and son. You'll be having hierarchical inheritance. A base class will be there. From the you'll be having multiple child class. From there it will go on, and multiple inheritance will have multiple parents and one child will be born. So this is how your inheritance are. So we'll move on to your sample code. You got a parent class, and you got a parent class, and you got two variables or members declared, v1 and v2, and you got a child class which is inherited from the parent class, and the child class got a variable v3, and C is the data type, or it's an object which is created for this child class. So for child class, like a program child class, an object is created. I'm trying to print C dot v1. Since like over here, like you are able to see it here, C dot v1 is like a child class object is accessing a parent class method. A child class object is going to access a parent class method. A child class object is accessing child class member. So it's not member method, it's member. So you're able to see it here, v1. So I got another class v3, object is created. I'm trying to print the data. Now I'm going to run it. Once if I try to run it, automatically you're able to see. So from parent class v1, v2, v3. So child object is accessing parents member and also child member. So that's how your inheritance are. Now define multipliers. So I'm going to show you like a very different program now. I want to show you a program, and you need to answer the question. So this is the question. So define multiplier, it's going to return I is equal to I into x for I in range 4. So this is a program. So that is a program, define multiplier, I in range 4. So 0, 1, 2 and 3. I got 4 numbers which is in I, and I'm going to get a value x. The value x is 2. If it is 2, 2 into 0 is 0, 2 into 2 is 2, 2 into 2 is 4, 2 into 3 is 6. If it is 3, 0, 3, because 3 into 1, 3 into 2 is 6, 3 into 3 is 9. So this is the multiplier will be going to return some data. So that's the one I'm going to get it. So let's see like how it works. So I got I in range of 4. So the multiplier method function is going to return a value. So the range is 0, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to have the multiplier m which is of value 2. Once if I give it, automatically it will do a traversing. That's why I'm putting a for loop here. I'm trying to put a for loop here. So over here you are able to say 0, 2, 4, 6 for m2. So for m2, for this output I got this one, 0, 2, 4, 6. For m of 3 I got this output. This is very important interview question, they will ask in the interview. Okay, this is how the output of the program is. Let's move on to the next question. That question 13, qualified and unqualified name in Python. So considering I got a class or a package, Venkat is a package, I'm going to create a class. In that case, while accessing a like a object or a class, Venkat dot class you should do. So that's the one you called as qualified. You are able to see it here. I got foo.bar.bus. So that's a package. I'm using it with a class Venkat. The method ham is called, in that case, foo dot bar dot bus dot Venkat dot ham. This is how you should access this particular like a method. So they call it as qualified name. Directly if we call ham, then it's called a unqualified name. So a full URL of package name dot class name dot method name is called qualified name, a full link or full URL, and directly calling an object or method is called as unqualified name in Python. Let's move on to like a database connectivity. How I'm going to access a MySQL database through Python code. Okay, so in that case, like if you ask me a question, it's real simple. Connect the database, like give the server name, password, so database, username, password, everything you should give one. First thing, import the database, import MySQL database. Second thing is like connect the server. The third thing is like you should create a cursor. And fourth thing is like what is the select command you're going to do it, and afterwards access the cursor and loop it, you'll get the output. So let's see, like, and afterwards close the connection. So this is the one. Let's see, like I'll show you how it works. So I'm going to import the database connectivity, and I'm going to connect the database with the database server name, username, password, database name. I'm creating a cursor for that, and I'm trying to execute the cursor, and I'm trying to fetch the data from the cursor and place in my results. Okay, so this is the one I've done. From my result, I'll try to print it. You got the data. So import the data, connect it, use the cursor, execute the cursor, fetch the data, put your for loop and print the data. So this is how you are able to access the database and fetch the data, and your select command will be working on. Okay, let's move on to the 15th question, how you can remove the duplicates from a list. Over here, like I got a list A, B, A, C, C, and this is a secret command you'll be using it. List, I'm going to list it, use a dictionary from keys. The reason is like a dictionary will remove the duplicates, and like it will put it in like it will have a unique content. So I'll have this my list, a duplicate content, put it in the dictionary from keys and try to list it. So this is how I'm trying to do it. A, B, A, C, C. This is the content with the duplicates. Now I'm trying to list it. While printing it, I'm getting the data. So I'm getting the data. You are able to see it here. C, B, A. So automatically the duplicates will be removed. Okay, so this one is removed and this one is removed. You are able to see it here. Okay, so A, B, C. You may ask me a question, sir. One time you got ABC and the other time you got CBA. The reason is like it's stored in the dictionary and it's trying to grab it. Okay, randomly it's trying to grab it via the list functionality. That's why like it's printing randomly. Okay, so this is how your list functionality will be working on. Let's move on to like what is the difference between the append and extend method. So append is like adding, extend is like extending. What's the difference? Let's see. So append is like over here I'm trying to show it. Append is like I got a list of elements, it will try to include here. So this is how your append will be working on. Your append will be working on. Over here extend in the sense it will traverse all the elements, and in the last element it will try to add all the informations. Okay, that's the difference. So extend is like adding the elements, append is like clubbing the elements. Okay, so over here you are able to see the difference. This is how the extend will be and this is your append will be. Okay, so you can see the definitions and everything, you will understand. Now question number 17. So name few Python web frameworks for developing web application. Django, it's one of the fantastic framework that people are using it, and apart from this we got some other web application frameworks which is really famous. Let's see. So what are the web frameworks? The one is Web2Py. is one of the framework, Cherry Pie is another web framework, and Flask is one of the framework. So these are our most important frameworks available for Python. This is one of the simplest of all web frameworks. This one is object oriented web framework, and it's a micro framework for designing and developing. So these are the features. Based on your requirement, you are able to identify the kind of a web framework for developing a web application. So my personal advice is go for a Web 2.py, which is really simple for the starters to go on. Question number 18, check the file existence and the types in Python. Okay, so how to identify the file, like is file or something like that, it should be there, right? Let's see what is the functionality. os.path.exists. To check out the path is available, os.path.is file. Okay, so whether that file is a file or not, it's a file or not, is directly for getting whether it's a directory or not. Get size to get the file size, and get m time is a timestamp of the given path. Okay, so when the file is created, I want to get it. In that case, os.path.getMtime will provide you the information. Okay, this is how we are able to access the files via Python. Let's move on to the 19th question. What does _init_.py do? Okay, this is one of the Python file. Why they are using this file? Okay, let's see. The answer is it's an empty py file used for importing a module in a directory. So in a directory, if you want to import, you will be using this one, provides an easy way to organize the files. So this particular file is used to provide an easiest way to organize the files. If there is a module main directory /subdirectory /module.py, this guy, so import main directory .subdirectory.module, so _init_.py is replaced in all the directories so that the module can be imported using the following command. So if I want to import, considering I got a lot of Python libraries available in a folder, and I want to access all the files in that folder, in that case, put this _init_.py file into that folder, and you can use in the program like import.maindirectory.subdirectory.module like this. Okay, this is used to organize the files, and importing a module in a directory, very important. It's a very important question. Okay, that's the final question of my session. So what is the purpose of // operator in Python? So one slash indicates its division. What is this double slash? It's also the division, and it's flooring. Let's see. You are able to see x is equal to 10, y is equal to 2. Print x divided by y, it's a 5.0. Print x divided by y, it got 5. So it is a floor division. The quotient when a is divided by a rounded to the next smallest whole number. Okay, so that's our session, and thanks for watching. And our company Kashiv Infotech, we are providing lots of trainings for the students, degree studying, completed people and freshers and experience. You can contact us, and this is our courses we are conducting in the weekends and week days, and I am the trainer. I am a typical specialist in almost most of the technologies. You can contact us, and I am the trainer. I can train you. You will get job for sure. And these are our YouTube channels. It's going to be real interesting things. Just check it out, and if you love it, just subscribe to our channel and click the bell symbol. And thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoying this video. All the very best, and hope keep watching our channel. You'll be getting lots of technology content from us. Thanks, and this is Venkat signing out.